Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for ScubaRadio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that ScubaRadio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for ScubaRadio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving, fresh from L.A., Hollywood, and the Scuba Show. Hopefully you caught the show last week. If not, go back and catch up with the rest of the class. I'll tell you what, I figured this would be a huge opportunity when we're out there hanging with all these folks in Hollywood to kind of, try something different, pick up something, work with what Hollywood was doing, catch up with the 80s, so to speak, and incorporate some of the elements that I was having in, when I was out there in Hollywood with all the TV stars and the TV shows and stuff. So we're going to do something different today.
ScubaRadio was filmed before a live studio audience.
There you go. So we're going to, we have a studio audience.
A smattering of light applause.
A smattering, if that. And we're going to give it a go and see what happens.
Did you install the applause light? Does it work? Okay,
yeah, there it is, right there. See? Yeah. See, as soon as it goes off, then you hear the crowd and they react. I mean, if someone tells a joke and it's funny, the audience might respond favorably.
There's no danger of that.
No. Or
that button will never get used.
Well, that may be. There's no button. It's an entire studio audience that we brought all the way from California, Jerry the Diver Guy.
Well, you got to hit the button to turn the applause light on, don't you?
No, I'm not in.
Unless they laugh spontaneously. If someone says something that's actually funny.
Well, that's what we're going.
You may have a point there.
A very bad point. But we're going to try this and finally catch up with, the technology from the 80s and do like ScubaRadio sitcom version today. So that being said, we've pulled out the big guns or whatever. Well, not really big guns, just whoever would be willing to hang out with us. And then
free tickets. Whoever was hanging out outside the Starbucks around the corner.
That's right. Well, it wasn't even
You guys want to get out? We have air conditioning.
That would include CJ, a.k.a. Cock Johnson, and Bubble Boy.
No, I was talking about the
crowd?
10 or 15 people we have back
there.
Yeah,
how about that? I mean, they have no idea what they're here for. We kind of got them under duress.
Give yourself a hand.
Yeah. Okay. They don't seem that enthusiastic.
Well,
I thought they'd be a little bit more enthusiastic, but
we didn't have our warm-up act bailed.
I mean, maybe if we
had a juggler.
Maybe we bring out the big guns on the show, like Barry the Bugger. Any response on Barry the Bugger, you think? I don't know.
All I hear are crickets.
Yeah. Not even that. You don't rate high enough.
I don't for crickets.
They're not aware.
Because you misspelled the applause sign.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it says applesauce.
Oh. See, there you go. Bubble Boy gets the first laugh of the show. How about that?
Not even a cicada would
Now we're on a roll. We might be on a roll. But we got Vinny Two Tanks. We got Jerry the Diver Guy. Anything for either one of them?
You can't just stop and ask. You're killing the momentum of everything.
Well,
just announce people, and if it happens, it happens.
Okay. Well, I guess the silence says it all, doesn't it?
You're like,
It does. Well, see, I got an applause for
please clap
for that. Okay. All right. We're training. We got to train our studio audience.
They're not seals.
Well, I don't know. I can't really see them. We got. Oh, Cock Johnson made a funny. He is the funny one, right, Vinny?
Thank you.
Right? He is the funny one. Old Old Cock Johnson is the funny one. All right. Well, maybe I bet they'll get a reaction. These folks. We got Mermaid Serena. We got. What was that? Was that a new?
That's not nice. Come on.
What? Oh, there it is. Okay.
That guy's crazy.
He's pretty enthusiastic.
Sorry, try that again, Greg.
All right. We have Mermaid Serena. Okay, there. All right. And then, of course, we have Brittany, the Aqua Gypsy. How about that? Yeah? Okay, she gets a smattering of applause.
Golf clap.
Yeah.
Golf clap, yeah.
All right. So that's what I picked up in Hollywood.
Who else is on the crew?
No one.
Jerry, Vinny.
We already mentioned Jerry and Vinny. I mean, yeah. Right.
We thought you picked up VD or something.
Whoa, hey, whoa. Why would you? That was hey, go. Jerry made a funny. How about that?
Hey, first time for everything.
Right.
That's crazy.
It's just nuts. It's nuts, I tell you. But just once again, just so everyone's clear.
ScubaRadio was filmed before a live studio audience.
Yes, that's what we're doing today. That's what I picked up on my travels, outside of the scuba show.
How much did you pay that guy? $0?
Yeah. It's a standard union rate.
No, it's not.
Yeah. For us, it is.
No.
No, I think it is. All right. Well, they're buying it. All right. Well, look. Yeah, we're hanging out in Hollywood. We went to the Magic Castle. We didn't talk about that too much.
Did you get carjacked?
No.
And you haven't truly had the California experience.
Well, no. 2 years ago, I was threatened with murder when I went out there to the left coast. This time, no threats of murder. There are a couple times where I felt a little dicey out on the streets, but that wasn't a joke. Don't laugh at that. What the hell's wrong with you people? You guys are sick.
You got mugged.
No, I didn't get mugged. Everything was fine. But it's a little.
They offered him money and clothing.
It's a little unsavory.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. And
Vinny, how about you?
Well, he
Did
lives there,
happen to you,
so
Vinny?
that's why it's probably unsavory.
Actually, something did happen to me.
Uh-oh. What happened to you, Vinny?
Well, I went out to dinner, and I came back to get into my car, and I could get into the convention center. And then they wouldn't let me in through the door, saying, no, we're closed. And I go, well, there's people in there setting up. Why can't you let me in?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let me in, so I had to walk.
Wait. So you went out of the convention center before or after the show, or before the show was open?
I went to have dinner at the LA Live thing.
Okay. And you tried to come back in, and they looked at you like, we're not letting you in, homeless man. Sorry. You looked like a vagrant, didn't you? That's what it was.
No, they just said, we're not going to let you in. And I.
Yeah, but that was why, Benny. That's why I'm pointing.
Well, no, I had my badge and everything, but they wouldn't let me in. So
You don't need no stinking badges.
Well, evidently.
Did you say I'm Vinny Two Tank?
Yeah, he's Vinny Two Tanks. You know
I just
who
didn't
I
want
am?
to be caught outside for very long, so I ended up having to walk around the back.
And but no
Did
issues.
they let you in the back?
Yeah, they did.
Vinny came in from the rear.
He came in from the back door. There it is. There it is.
There it is.
What is wrong with you people?
New name's Backdoor Vinny.
Okay, that's enough. That's just enough. All right, but you had a good time. I hear Vinny Two Tanks actually won something at the Scuba
you heard
show.
that rumor?
Is it true?
Yeah, actually, I did.
Yeah, so you were at the show, and I mean, there's a ton of stuff given away at the Scuba show in L.A. Just by walking around the booths, and that's what you did. You walked around and entered.
What happened was our booth was near a fellow booth that was Cayman Airways.
Okay.
And they had an artist. They had an artist there that was I can't remember his name, but he had these prints of seascapes prints that I thought were really cool, and they were giving one away.
Oh,
okay. All he had to do was just sign your name, and you give him your email, write your name and your email address, and
right.
They had a drawing. So but you had to be there to win, and so I signed up for it, and then they must have called 10 names. And nobody came up. And finally, they called I had my coworker sign up with me, Shannon, and she won.
She won.
So she got the print. And I didn't realize they were giving away two round trip tickets to Cayman. So they said, hey, we're going to give away this flight to Cayman. So same thing happened again. They called a bunch of names.
And you won?
And finally, they called my name.
Oh my gosh, Vinny Two Tanks scoring tickets to Cayman.
This is the worldwide
Time to start brown
Radio
nosing.
Network.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
Hi there.
Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master.
I'm all Greg. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Nart. Hello, fishies.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master.
Scuba Radio was filmed before a live studio audience.
Okay, so just got back from the left coast, picked up a few Hollywood tips. Figure we'd incorporate some things from 80 sitcoms, have our own studio audience today. I don't know if it's working or not, but it's something different. Maybe it's not working. But we're going to give it a go anyway. That's just how we roll after we're hanging with the folks in Hollywood. And look, it paid off for Vinny Two Tanks. He went to the scuba show, ended up registering for a little giveaway with Cayman Airways. And let me get this straight, Vinny, you won 2 round-trip tickets on Cayman Airways from L.A. to the Cayman Islands. Is that what happened?
For whatever airport. I think I can go out of any airport. But yeah, it's good from LAX.
I thought he was talking about winning a print.
Well, no, that was
now he won a trip.
That was the first prize.
Oh my god!
And his friend won that. You said, right?
My coworker won that.
Your coworker won it.
And then, what's the probability of me winning? I figured, what the hell? But they called several names, and then they finally called my name, but I misspelled my first name, and they.
Oh my God! Wait a minute! Hold up!
Yeah.
Wait. That earns applause from our studio audience that he misspelled his first name.
Is there a Winnie among us?
Wait a minute.
In true Benny fashion.
So they called my
Ginny Two Tanks.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. See, I think the audience is working. They're liking this. So wait. You filled out an entry form,
right?
And you're supposed to put Vinny.
My first name.
You misspelled your first name.
Yeah, I wrote Ginny instead of Vinny. So I walked up to claim the prize, and the lady goes, "You're not a Ginny."
You're not a Ginny.
I go, "No, I'm Vinny. I misspelled my, but nobody has that."
Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
I made a G. Okay. It mean to.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So how did you convince?
I just said my last name. Nobody's got that in California. That's me. I'm the only one close to that.
Like who would have the last name Two Tanks?
But they were tired of picking names because they picked like 10 names each time and nobody came forward.
Yeah, they probably didn't know you had to be.
Just give it to anybody.
Yeah. No, the people didn't come back for the drawing at 4:00.
Wait, Vinny is not just anybody. He's somebody. I mean. And I'm saying that because he has 2 tickets, and I want him to give me one.
Right.
Oh, you want to go?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. What do you say, Vinny? Who's your buddy? Who's your pal?
Well.
Oh, Greg the Dive Master.
Well, there's only one room we're staying in.
Okay. So. Anyone else?
Oh, Greg.
I don't think you want to go.
No, I do. I actually, for that, it might actually be worth it, wouldn't it?
Have you been to Caymans before?
I have, but it's been too long.
Any good there?
Oh, the diving's great. You kidding me?
Well, we'll find out.
So you're saying that you would...
At least you remembered.
Yeah. So you're saying you would take me?
Vinny. That's great.
Yeah, out of the entire Scuba Radio Scuba Squad and anyone connected with the show, you would take your close personal friend, Greg the Dive Master?
Sure, because if the same thing happened to you, you'd take me, wouldn't you?
Wrong! But that doesn't matter. No.
Favorite word, suck it, loser?
No. Well, yeah, that you would if I...
I've already got a scuba instructor to take me. A real scuba instructor.
Wait, what do you mean a real scuba instructor?
I already got a real scuba instructor who's going to escort me.
Oh, wait a minute. Has someone weaseled in onto my territory before I even realized it? I thought I had a shot at this free trip to the Caymans.
No, not a chance, man.
Oh. Okay. I think he's referring to the Aqua Gypsy.
Really?
And there's nothing funny about that.
No,
That's just conniving.
Well,
That's the,
I've
the
never
shady
seen her blush
dealings
that much before.
that she has
He
worked.
called me.
He called you
yesterday.
Yes. All right. So was Brittany like the first person you thought of? Like, hey, I could take the Aqua Gypsy to the Cayman Islands. Is that what happened?
Yeah,
Be
actually,
honest.
she was the first person I thought of. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's probably
because she's my tour guide. She's my travel agent now too.
I'm Vinny's
so she's making all the
baggage
arrangements. So I just
handler.
have to come along.
Yeah, she's your gear schlepper.
Yeah, basically, I'm my gear schlepper. Just
So,
travel plan arrangements.
Yeah.
That's going to make Barry jealous, though.
Why is that?
He's got a female baggage handler.
Called Jerry the Diver Guy.
No.
The old Jer Bear.
Old Jer Bear.
You walked right into it. Jerry, shut up, Jerry.
Y'all killed him.
I'm right there with the crowd. The studio audience, man, we're in sync, man, right now. Yeah. I love you guys. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It just gets funnier and funnier. Okay. But all right. So I guess the next question then, Brittany, are you accepting this invitation to go to the Cayman Islands with Vinny Two Tanks?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
We
all right.
had met someone we met Jackie, if you remember correctly, in Galapagos.
Yeah.
And so we might try to plan a trip with them.
Oh, okay. Like and yeah, because they just went to the Cayman Islands, so
everyone
they
will
spent a
go
couple
to
weeks
this,
there after the
everyone.
Galapagos. Yeah.
Everyone will go on this trip except Greg.
Yes, Greg will be sucking it, loser.
Sucking it, loser.
Well, I could always just buy a ticket and go.
Oh
Barry.
yeah, right.
You could join us.
Yeah, I could. I might. You never know. I might get a inkling to head to that. Actually, I did talk to the people at the Cayman Islands about doing some stuff with them. So that may maybe we'll try to coordinate that. Now that they know Vinny Two Tanks and the Aqua Gypsy are coming, there's probably no chance in hell they'll let us.
Maybe that'll help you. Maybe that'll help you get some. I'm
going to have to orchestrate this before you guys visit. Because they might ruin it for the rest of us.
It is possible.
It is possible. Okay. All right, but that's cool. Have you been to the Cayman Islands before, Vinny?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
And what about you, Brittany? Yeah.
No, never.
Really?
I've been wanting to go for like 3 years now. Yeah.
All right. Well, you might be able to go there and get a hickey from a stingray. Yeah.
Oh, Greg.
No, that's a thing. Yeah. There's even a song.
Stingray City?
Yeah, Stingray City, and there's even a song by the Barefoot Band called "Hickey from a Stingray." How about that? Yeah.
Greg, we don't want to know what you do in your spare time.
All right, quit it. Just stop it. You're going to the Cayman Islands, and you're going to bust me? Come on. You guys are having all the fun. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
Run! It's Godzilla! Now here is someone considered by many to be the Godzilla of diving. Greg the Dive Master, coming Tokyo!
Okay, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. We are being recorded in front of a live audience this week. I picked that up by, just hanging out in Hollywood. I was like, they were doing this back in the 80s. Maybe it was time to bring it back around and turn it into a Scuba Radio sitcom. So far, so good. I'm kind of digging the vibe. I don't know, CJ, what do you think? Yeah,
I like it.
He likes it. Bubble Boy, yes, no.
Love it. Just love it.
I think the crowd, we're starting to win them over a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. All right, Barry the Bugger. We got Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, Mermaid Serena is with us. We're going to catch up with her. She saved a life last week. Did you guys hear that?
No.
On the show?
No.
So somebody had an incident at the scuba show, and I don't know, fainting or something like that. We're not real sure. They
He's
ended
a
up
little
being
fuzzy on the details.
Well, no, they're fine, but they did have an episode.
They passed out when they saw Vinny.
And Serena was standing by, and she was there to lend medical assistance because she's like a doctor. No, she's actually a real doctor. No, that's what everyone thought. Jerry called me up. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna try that on one of the mermaids." Yeah, it's like, hey, if I pass out, you think I'll get mouth to mouth? And I said, "No."
Well, someone may have seen her at
You're
the
gonna
show.
die.
And just said, "I've gotta get this."
Yeah, Serena, how was it? Yeah, I mean, you feel like you did something good, put something good out to the world compared to what we do here.
I was happy I could be of assistance, but there was no mouth-to-mouth involved.
No, it was. She just provided, medical assistance and helped him, get up on his feet again, good to go. So everything worked out well. But it was, that was nice. I don't think we've ever had a mermaid save a life on this show. So that was a first. And glad that Serena was there to lend assistance. It has to feel good, doesn't it, Serena, when you can do that?
It's just important to know that everybody has layers.
Layers. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
we're being modest, Greg.
Well, they're very deep. I mean, our mermaids have substance. People like Barry and Jerry and Vinny. It's kind of what you see is what you get. But our mermaids, no, they do. They're dive instructors. They're doctors. They're Aqua Gypsy is like a dive
pharmacist and all that stuff.
All kinds of great stuff. Yeah. Hey, that's something to be excited about.
Fan.
Huge fan. I love, I kind of like this. So anyway, but I don't know, after hearing that story, Vinny, I mean, do you feel like maybe you ought to give the round trip ticket to the Cayman Islands to Serena as opposed to Brittany? Trying to start a fight.
Well, actually, I walked by the guy before she got there. I just walked right by him. So
you said, what?
He's used to it.
Oh my God!
That's why he passed out.
He does live in California, so.
Oh my God!
Silent but deadly.
Wait! In the universe,
you
awarded him.
I thought he was an old guy, and he just stumbled. He just tripped on his feet. I didn't think he was having a physical problem. I didn't think he had any issues.
Oh.
You kick him a few times, see if he moved.
Okay.
I just thought maybe he had one too many cocktails, like CJ.
That's funny. That's funny.
How dare you?
So I guess what we've learned is Vinny Two Tanks has a very dark heart.
No, I'm just not very altruistic.
Okay. No. Doesn't give a crap.
He's immune. He doesn't have those layers that Serena was talking about.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't
Vinny
know.
is lacking layers.
Yeah. Well, that's what. Yeah. Wait. Say it again, Serena. What'd you say?
Vinny was like, not it.
Yes. Exactly.
It's like my theory about the buddy system.
Yeah.
You're on your own. No such thing.
Brittany, are you starting to second guess this offer to go to the Caymans? I would if I were you.
Yeah.
That's not a very good mindset for a dive buddy to be. But you don't.
No, Vinny, come on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just don't believe in that system.
What?
Vinny's buddy system is me, myself, and I.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on, Vinny. Now, wait a minute. So if you're diving in the Cayman Islands with Brittany, and you guys are out there doing Stingray City, about to get your hickey from a stingray, whole thing, and all of a sudden, Brittany, the Aqua Gypsy, has an issue. Yeah. What do you're not going to give a crap about? You're not going to help her?
No, she has her own spare air. She's solo certified.
Okay.
So she can save herself.
Okay. So
I'm solo certified too.
All right.
So,
all right.
I will say this about Vinny, though. I have dove with Vinny lots of times.
Yeah.
And he actually does pay attention to his buddies, even though he says he doesn't.
So he's just talking smack right now.
I always pay attention, but
he does.
So he's going to watch you die. Yeah. He's just not going to lend any assistance.
If I had an emergency with a buddy, I just don't think they would.
You don't think they would what?
I don't think they would. I don't think that.
Get it out,
they could
Vinny.
save me.
Oh, you don't think they could save you? Okay.
No.
Well, are you sure? Wait, are you sure? You may misunderstand that you're not sure they can save you, or you're not sure they would want to bother to save you.
Sometimes people can't control their fear in case of an out-of-air emergency until it actually happens.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand what he's saying.
It's really hard to approach somebody, somebody that's panicking and freaking out.
Right.
It's really hard to provide them assistance without endangering yourself.
Okay.
Right. But Brittany wouldn't be panicking.
No, she's the Aqua Gypsy.
But Vinny Vinny helped out Greg. Remember, Greg lost his fin, and Vinny helped him out.
You helped me.
I was going to help you, but then Brittany took charge and put it on you and everything. I just gave it to Brittany, so there you go.
Well, I didn't want you to touch me, so that was a personal issue.
But I did notice there's an unused fin there.
Yeah, that was awkward.
Yeah, that was strange. I don't know, Jerry. What do you think?
How that came off? That's weird. It just
my fin. Know? No, the fin just the snap obviously popped off. It wasn't that odd. It can happen. It was odd that I didn't realize I had lost it until I turned around.
You didn't notice you're going in circles?
Well,
we were your fin in your hand. Yeah. Brittany had your fin in her hand.
Well, we were holding on to the rocks because the current was going, you're just stationary there, Barry. So, and I was filming an eel, and then I turned around and they're standing there with my fin in their hand. I'm like, hey, that looks familiar. Yeah, it was hilarious. Jerry, what do you think?
Actually, what was really funny,
Yeah, go ahead, Brittany. What?
Sorry, what was really funny was when I kicked your foot and you still didn't realize, hey, how is someone kicking my foot if I had my fin on?
Oh, I figured it was a shark that was about to eat me, and I'm like, well, if I'm gonna go, I don't really want to see it, so I don't react very quickly.
People are always kicking Greg.
Yes, that is true. I mean, I get punked all the time underwater, so I'm not one to kind of just jerk around like, oh, you scared the crap out of me. That just doesn't happen. I'm just not that kind of diver. Now, Jerry, the diver guy, what do you think? Would you dive with Vinny now hearing that he wouldn't give a crap about you? Like, Barry, I mean, you and Barry are kind of a team. And you would look out for each other.
Yes.
Even when you're having a lover's quarrel.
Oh, God.
Hey, when he was nauseous on the last dive,
I would always dive with Vinny,
I looked out
no matter what.
You would dive with Vinny, but not over Jerry, over Barry.
I dove with Barry once,
and it went. Wow, how well?
I dove with Barry once.
You'd save his life if he was in trouble.
That's because you got sick.
Well, you would too if you were given mouth to mouth.
Barry's a good diver.
Oh, jeez.
He's a good diver.
Yeah, no, he is. He's a good diver. Bear Jar are a great couple.
No, I would.
All right, moving on. More coming up. Stay close.
Might see a levitation. Come on to the Magic Dive Tour.
What are you, an idiot?
Our magical scuba dive tour is waiting to take you to play the unique Scuba Radio way. Dive in today.
That's awful. That's awful. So let's clear the air of that.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Yes, the Scuba Diver Magical Scuba Dive Tour is going to happen August 3rd through the 10th in the Turks and Caicos. We're working out the details for our crew that's going. Right now, it's scheduled to be myself, Chef Anton, the scuba magician, and he's going to teach everybody. He's going to, perform for everybody some magic tricks. And by the way, what a great magician he is. Oh, my gosh. I found out some other little tidbits about Chef Anton when we're out there in California for the scuba show. One being that, well, he works at the Magic Castle, which is kind of like the real live Hogwarts of the magician world. It's a whole thing. Look it up. We were there. He hosted us, and we went in and just he put on a great little show for his thing. But there's like 20 magicians we saw throughout the night. It was amazing. But he's been on Penn and Teller's Full Loss. He's been he's done a lot of stuff in Vegas. But I also found out he was on the Newlywed Game with his better half years ago. He's been on a bunch of TV shows, including, believe it or not, The Gong Show. So
That's
Chef
a long time ago.
Yeah, Chef Anton, he was on an episode of The Gong Show, and he won.
Greg,
won that week.
You'll have to explain The Gong Show. None of them are old enough.
Well, God, I don't have time.
That's a long time ago.
I don't
You're
have time
dating
for that. I don't have time for that. Just
definitely
Google it.
dating yourself.
I know I'm dating myself, but hey, it's still, he was on The Gong Show. He's on Penn and Teller's Full Us. He's trying to, the people from AGT are talking to him. So who knows? He might pop up on America's Got Talent. That's all I can say at this point. We'll have to wait and see. But he is very talented. And man, he put on a great show at the Magic Castle for our crew. and everybody that was there that night, which is just a cool thing. But anyway, he's really a really world-class magician, and we're going to have him on the boat all week, doing tricks and showing, putting on a show, and then he's going to make everybody on board a scuba magician certified diver. So that's an added value or bonus that you're going to get if you join us for the ScubaRadio Magical Scuba Dive Tour in the Turks and Caicos with Explore Adventures August 3rd through the 10th. So that's going to be a really cool thing. Megan Heaney-Greer is going to be on board with us. We got Mermaid Kristen. Jerry the diver guy is threatening to be on board too as we celebrate he is celebrating a birthday that week. So God help us.
It's going to be a birthday party.
Yeah. So
68 years old.
Yeah. And if he gets to be too much, we got a magician on board to make him disappear. So there's a lot of bonus elements involved for that week. But you'll always have a great time with Explore Adventures. But that week is definitely going to be special. So if you want to go, 1-800-322-3577. Call up Explore Adventures now. Book it. There's a few spots left. August 3rd through the 10th. 24 in the Turks and Caicos, and it's going to be special for sure. Who wants to go? Anyone?
Greg, you forgot another person.
Who did I forget? What do you mean?
Oh, Vinny Two Tanks.
Oh, that's right. Vinny's going too.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. So who are you going to bring?
Who am I going to bring? Myself.
Oh, that's right. You're a solo diver.
Yeah.
You don't care about the your dive buddies. So that's the only downside of any Two Tanks. He doesn't care about anyone but himself.
It's not that I don't care. It's just that I don't believe in the buddy system as a viable option. I just don't think it works.
Okay.
I think Vinny believes that people should be self-sufficient.
Well, and I think
I got solo certified.
Well, okay, but there's nothing to be sad about in that regard. I think the fact that you're self-sufficient. I think that's just the quality of a good diver. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make.
I wouldn't say that means that the buddy system sucks, which is kind of what you're also saying.
I've attended the lecture at the Scuba Show a couple times called "Why Divers Die."
Yeah,
and 40% of all emergencies usually start with out-of-air emergencies, and when there's buddy breathing involved, usually both divers die. So. There's a stat.
Okay.
There's a
That's
stat
not
for that.
funny.
Yeah, really.
Stop it.
Crowd is like, they're
that's
a little
definitely
twisted.
not funny, but that's reality.
Okay.
So that's why I think it's best to have the ability,
to be
I
self-sufficient.
recommend being get a solo certification.
Yeah.
And just.
Well, I think that's okay, but I think the buddy system could be, work for you in a good way too. I mean, if you're buddy breathing back to the surface, at least you have the option to buddy breathe back to the surface, right?
Yes, but if your buddy rips the regulator out of your mouth and doesn't give it back to you, what do? You
die.
Oh, okay.
You use your octo.
Point exactly.
You use your other.
Yeah, use your octo.
You use your spare air.
Well, that's right. You could be.
Well, not everybody has one.
Well, you should take care of that, Vinny. Help a buddy out.
You got 2 tanks, or Vinny 2 tanks. Just give one of your tanks to the other diver, and you're fine. And they'll love you for life.
Well, what do I do if I have an out-of-air emergency?
Just such a day.
You go to hell and you die.
And then we divide up your gear.
Yeah. All right.
Let me rephrase it. I just don't believe in when they pair you with somebody that you don't know, if you've never met before in your life.
Okay.
There's no safety there.
I got you. But if it's someone like Barry,
like if it was you or Barry or any one of you guys, sure, I would provide assistance.
Okay.
If it's someone that you dive with often enough and you get to know, each other well enough to know what's going on. When
but here's the problem. I know a lot of you guys, and I would not feel that way. I mean, it worked exactly the opposite.
So you
Sorry, Jerry.
think like I think then.
Well,
no,
I'll just sit over and wave at you when you're having an emergency again.
I'm kidding.
I wouldn't follow you if you were giving directions, though.
Who?
You.
Why?
Because you don't know your north from south.
That is wrong.
That is incorrect,
sir.
West.
That is
his A from his elbow.
Oh, Aqua Gypsy.
It's all relevant
slinging 'em.
depending on how tight his crotch strap is.
Oh, hey, that'll be enough about that. Which, by the way, when we were out at the scuba show, we had a dissertation with the folks at Next Dive about the about my BC and back plate and crotch strap.
Before crotch.
Excuse me?
That's what your BC stands for, before crotch.
Maybe. Maybe. Kristen was there, too. We both went through the seminar on how to properly set up the back plate. And I think Kristen is sold on it now, too.
Kristen? Who?
Yeah, Kristen. Mermaid Kristen. She's with us. She's driving at the moment. But she's got her Hollywood shades on, as you can see on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. What do you think?
Clap for that.
To crotch strap or not to crotch strap, Kristen? Thoughts? One way or another?
To be honest with you, when they fitted me with it, they didn't do that. So I couldn't give you a proper answer.
What do you mean? They didn't show you how to put that on?
No, they didn't. I mean, would you? Would you do that?
That is a loaded question.
Yeah, it's weird, Greg. It's just weird. It's weird.
Just totally got awkward right there.
They just made it sound like a back plate fit properly on my back.
Yes, yeah, maybe. All right, well, look, we're going to have to regroup here. Get ready for hour 2. The studio audience, though, I'm sold. I mean, we totally got something here. May not be something worthwhile continuing, but we're going to do it at least for another hour. So stick around. More coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
We're going to start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown? Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
Scuba Radio was filmed before a live studio audience.
Yes, I am Greg the Dive Master. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Last week we're in L.A., we're in Hollywood. And I figured, why not? Let's incorporate some Hollywood elements into this show after 27 years. So we brought in a live studio audience. How about that? How about them apples? And so far, it was a terrible idea, but we were continuing it regardless and just making do because it's just what we do sometimes to amuse ourselves. But we had a great time out at the Scuba Show. And by the way, next week, we hope to find out. If not, well, I mean, I'm going to give Mark Young a call, the guy behind the Scuba Show, find out where will the show be next year. But I think by next week, we're going to know it's going to be either back in L.A. or will they move it back to Long Beach, California? We'll have to wait and see.
Oh, he's taking your calls now. Good. That's great.
Well, I don't know. But I do plan. I know there were some deadlines in place that we're going to know whether the Scuba Show is going to be in one place or the other by next Saturday. So we'll share that with you and the world accordingly. Which, by the way, Vinny, where's your vote? Did you like L.A. over Long Beach or did you like L.A.? But before you tell us, it would help if you turn your mic on. That's what he does.
I'm for Long Beach because it's by the water, by the ocean. I just,
You like Long Beach better.
Yeah.
See, yeah. I loved L.A. I love L.A. because it's
easier to get to from LAX airport, but
it is. That is true. And,
Long Beach is just, for me, I like Long Beach.
Yeah. But we had cool places to hang. I mean, I thought it was pretty awesome in L.A.
Oh, it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then we had a huge ass pirate ship to hang out for the party Saturday night, and I don't know if I shared this story on the air last week. Maybe we did, but they had a DJ and they were playing like music from the 80s. So people like Vinny was really jamming. I mean, he was one step away from breaking out the worm. The DJ was good, yeah. But he was up on the deck of the pirate ship, and then there was a stage set up in front of the pirate ship where I was going to go up there and do some announcing and help out for the Saturday night party. And there was a guy there before I was ready to go, and I thought he was working with a DJ, and he was just on the stage dancing, and like, he's up there, DJ's playing the tunes, and he would be down there dancing on the stage, and I went up to him like, oh, you're with the DJ, that's kind of cool. You guys have a dancer, and he goes, no, I don't know him. He was just dead. He was just there.
Wow. That was Vinny. Vinny was dancing?
No, God, no. No, it was a guy that was just at the show and just decided to walk up on stage and dance for everybody.
Huh.
Yeah. So as soon as he told me that, I took a few steps back.
Was he a good dancer?
He was a fine dancer. Mermaid Kristen was there.
He's a great dancer.
See? Yeah.
Feet on this side.
Yeah, he was awesome. And
he's a great dancer. Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah.
Up on the stage.
Yeah, you ended up talking to him, right, Kristen? What was his name? Do you remember, or did you block it out?
Oh, I can't remember his name. It was a pretty unique name.
Yeah,
I believe, or his last name.
Crazy boy.
I remember I talked to him because he showed me that we actually met at Beneath the Sea when I was there, when you and I were there in March.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, he was evidently in Sea Caucus. So, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't notice him dancing by himself there, but I did in California, and I just wrote it off as, you're in California. It's what they do. Yeah, it's just one of them things for sure. But it was a good time.
I hope he was the DJ was playing Billy Idol's "Dancing with Myself."
That might have came up.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah, because that was many of the songs were in that same genre, and it did. It almost felt like a wedding reception, a cool one. But we were hanging out with our diving friends, just having a big old time. And then we had the bucking shark. Yeah, you heard me right. And I got on the bucking shark. The video is out there on social media now, and you're welcome. Because I rode that bucking shark like there was no tomorrow. You saw it. You saw it, Cock Johnson. What did you think of
I saw a small snippet on the video that Kristen made.
That's all you could take.
That's all I really wanted to see.
But I got on it, and I rode that thing.
I have the full video.
Yeah, Kristen has it, yeah.
I still say you cheated. I still say you cheated.
There's no cheating when you're riding a bucking shark.
You can't put your leg down and hop yourself back up onto it once you're falling off
It's called a technique.
Cheater.
Who says?
Cheating.
No, that's not cheating. Vinny, did you ride the bucking shark at the scuba show?
No, but I watched it for quite a while, and everybody that rode it got bucked off. It was a pretty nasty little shark.
You know who did really great? Morgana.
Morgana
did phenomenal.
That's right. She had a whole technique where she was using her arm to counterbalance, and you could tell she had skills. I mean, she
must have ridden. What do they know?
Maybe
she's an acrobat.
Rodeo.
Well, no, she's an acrobat.
Yeah, she's an aerialist. She's an acrobat and a mermaid.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But she was a circus performer, aerialist, acrobat before she did the mermaid stuff.
Yeah, she had
it's
it
not
down.
her first rodeo.
It was not. Or not. Maybe not her first bucking shark, for all I know. But yeah, that was fun. It added an element of people watching that we've never had at a diving event before. Serena, what do you think? Did you ever get on that bucking shark at the scuba show?
I did not, but I watched a lot of them. My favorite part is, well, they always start off really slow, and the lady operating goes, "Are you ready?" And then she cranked it up, and everybody would fly off.
Right. Except me. I rode that
thing. That's when Greg fell off.
I lasted for like 20 seconds. I was like, really, I had a long ride. I mean, that's
So
just
how much did you give her
genius.
not to turn it up?
I don't know what you're talking about, Jerry. You
Was
weren't
she
there.
being kind to the elderly gentleman?
No, I don't know what you're talking about, Casey. Sounds like you two weren't there. Kristen was there. Serena was there. They'll back me up. I was awesome. Crickets, great. Okay, anyway. That's we'll fix this in post and make sure they have the proper response. Genius, I tell you. Anyway, that was a good time. That was a very good time at the scuba show. And once again, we'll I think my feeling is it's going to be in LA again next year.
I hope it does stay in LA.
Yeah.
I don't like it there, honestly.
Yeah, you liked LA better, Kristen? Is that what you said? You broke up a little bit.
It did. It felt like there was more space. Yeah,
it was.
It felt like there was more space.
Right, there was more show show floor space there in LA at the convention center, and I think as far as the outside stuff, the entertainment, you just have to kind of. We're not that familiar with the layout of downtown LA yet because that was the first time. So I didn't really know where to go. And, having everybody tell you where to go when you're walking by them was a little awkward at times. But you just got to fit in. You fit in. What about you, Serena? You were there. Did you like L.A.?
It was my first scuba show, but I thought it was great. It was like easy to get around. You actually could spend time chatting with the different booths because it wasn't so overwhelming.
Yes.
And there's plenty of stuff to do just in our hotel, right around the hotel. So
true. Now, one of my old friends, John Council, who runs an exhibit over at Catalina Island, got the award for the Saturday night party for the California Scuba Service Award for making a tremendous, contribution to diving in California. And I got to do his induction, intro, which was amazing. I didn't expect that. And but I've known John for several years because he's been very gracious to me. We're going to try to hook up with him next if we're lucky. And, congratulate him on Scuba Radio. That's coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. I love it.
Scuba Radio was filmed before a live studio audience.
Yes, it is. At least today. We picked it up in Hollywood when we were out there for the scuba show at the Los Angeles Convention Center. Had a great time. And we brought a live studio audience back with us. Is it something we're going to continue after this special broadcast? I don't know. CJ, what do you think?
No, he's serious.
Okay. I don't know. Bubble Boy, yeah?
No.
Okay.
Could be a one-off.
Barry, you're liking it, aren't you, Barry? Do you like that instant gratification? I mean, the crowd, just so we're clear.
This is different. Yeah, it's cool.
All right. Jerry the diver guy?
I'll go with the majority.
Okay, so you're just going to go as the wind blows. Brittany, the Aqua Gypsy, I think is a huge fan of the studio audience, but I don't
know where you picked these guys up from, Coney Island or what?
Yeah, they look a little rough. I think it was Santa Monica Pier. They're out and Vinny Two Tanks. Well, he can't stay awake, so.
What?
Yeah. What?
Say what?
That was good.
Okay. And Casey the Tobacco Nut. Well, I don't know. He may think it's a great idea or not. But he just signed off. Okay. And Serena, Mermaid Serena, what do you think, Serena? You like the crowd? You like the audience, or is it just too much for this show?
I think when they boo when you introduce me, I'm not a fan.
Oh yeah, it's a tough crowd. It is. You got to win them over.
You burnt the bridge right.
At least you got a boo. We got a nothing.
Yeah. Well, Mermaid Kristen, she's trying to win over the crowd. Because she's hanging out. Where are you, Kristen? Are you at a beach or something? Because she looks like she's putting on sunscreen, getting ready to go swimming.
I'm actually at my friend's house in his backyard for I know you know that, but everyone, like, once a month, all of our friend group gets together and does a little hangout. So that's what we're doing today, but we're doing it earlier and with the pool this time.
At the pool. That's right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's one way to win the crowd over for sure. Now look, the scuba show is, it was a great event. Saturday night, we had a fun party. We had a pirate ship. We had the bucking shark. But, it goes to benefit a good cause. And they recognize a California diver that has contributed to the community over the years. And they give him the California Scuba Service Award. His name was John Council this year. I know him because he runs the exhibit, the museum there on Catalina Island that I went to years ago and kind of, became friends. Let me put it this way. John was willing to talk to me. And, yeah, I know. It's a sweet moment. It was, because I was like, surely someone with the background that he has wouldn't give me the time of day. But that was not the case with John. John is a special guy. And it was well deserved for him to get that award. I think we got him. Do we got you, John? Come in, John.
I'm here. How are you, Greg? Good to hear your voice.
Well, back at you, my friend. Now, are you at the Catalina Museum there today as we speak? Where are you?
I am, and right when you called, I had a group of about 8 people in here, and as soon as they kind of shuffled out, I closed the door so I won't have a bunch of bodies walking in.
That's fine. They would be way more important than talking to us, but we appreciate you taking the time, John. And by the way, congratulations once again on the award. I can't think of anybody more deserving, because not only do you run the museum there in Catalina, you do just amazing efforts for marine and wildlife in the area that you rescue. Like if birds or animals are having problems on Catalina Island, you go out there. You're the guy they call to, hey, we need some help to save this animal. That's what you do, right?
Well, it is what I do. Back in 2013, an organization, LA County-based organization, it basically reached out to the island population, said, boy, we could really, use a hand, because we get a lot of calls from yachters and different crowds, especially people visiting the island, on injured animals on the island. And primarily, the Marine Mammal Care Center is based out of San Pedro, and it's a tremendous organization. They've got a full-scale hospital and rehab facility with big, large tank, facilities for seals and sea lions, and of course, we do offshore training with it's all federally sanctioned through National Marine Fisheries and NOAA, and so we're all basically certified to work with marine mammals that are protected through the Marine Mammal Protection Act, of course. But there's a little bit difference on Catalina Island in that while the island is incorporated as part of LA County, we don't have a lot of access to services like they would have on the mainland. So just for an example, if somebody were getting on their sailboat one day and found that they had a whole litter of raccoons that made refuge in their sailboat or something like that, they could call somebody on the mainland that would be like a 501c3 that might be, and I'm just making this up, but like a Friends of the Raccoons group or something that would come and deal with raccoons. And so there's a lot of those types of things, that would handle possum and raccoons, and maybe something that would handle a cougar or a coyote or what have you.
Right.
And on Catalina Island, we don't have that. So I get calls for literally everything. So it could be anywhere from island fox up to deer to
buffalo. They got all kinds of crazy stuff there on Catalina.
Bison, all that. I get calls for all kinds of things. And as a matter of fact, oddly enough, just over a week ago, I got a call at about 10:30 at night that some fishermen had actually pulled a giant sea bass up to the end of the city's mole pier that they caught and hooked in deep water and brought it up, and it was kind of exhausted. And so I got with one of the harbor department guys, and we netted the fish. It was probably about 350-pound animal, and we towed it offshore, and I was pumping its gills and opening its mouth, and it took about an hour and a half, but we kind of resurrected it to where it started swimming on its own and was able to start jerking and fighting against me, where it had been exhausted, and then finally started to submerge itself and take off underwater on its own power.
Well, that's amazing.
But it took about an hour and a half to get that to happen. But without that assistance, it would have laid on the surface with a swollen swim bladder and certainly would have died.
Yeah.
So,
but that's just one example of the many things that you have done on Catalina. But your background, you got a lot of history with submarines and technical diving, Hollywood movie stuff. Yep. The museum itself is just a spectacular display. And if you're ever on Catalina Island, you need to check this out. And John, if John can hold on, we're going to take a quick break and come back and tell you a little bit more about the museum. That's next on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Okay, do it slow. Yeah. The world's first radio show devoted to diving. Devoted to diving. For the Spanish speakers, la mejor radio estación de radio devota de lo que es el buceo.
Scuba Radio was filmed before a live studio audience.
Yes, it is today. Just back from Hollywood. Greg the Dive Master on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Figure, incorporate some of that Hollywood sparkle that they got out there on the left coast on the show today. It's working marginally well. I don't know. It's kind of a mixed bag with our crew. John Council, our guest. I don't know. What do you think about that, John? Should we have a live studio audience for Scuba Radio, or was this a massive mistake? Any thoughts?
No, it's a perfect idea. You've got a great show. It's fun to listen to. You've always got fun subject and content for the show, and it's generally speaking pretty fun for the listening audience. So you're doing a good job.
Now I'm really worried because John actually has. I mean, I value his opinion, and this, those kind of thoughts kind of worry me a bit, John, because you hang with the Hollywood folks. I mean, they.
I have been drinking this morning.
Okay, there it is. There it is. That's fine.
No problem.
Yeah, but John, let's talk about the museum and some of your background. I mean, because you've worked with a who's who in Hollywood. I mean, you have exhibits there. From the California diving world, from James Bond to. Lloyd Bridges, Zale Perry, all that kind of stuff. And you were kind of part of that community back in the day too, weren't you?
Well, a little bit. Yeah. My background was in scientific research diving. I did most of that work up in the Arctic, believe it or not. I born and raised in Seattle. So, a lot of my work was a little bit further north up in the Bering Sea and the Aleutian chain of Alaska doing data collections for the EPA and NOAA. But through that work, I was trained as a submersible pilot back in the 1980s. And then things really took off for me because then it launched me into an entirely different bracket of diving circles. So I was working with a lot of the legends, certainly with the first generation dive people like Dr. Andy Recknitzer and astronaut Scott Carpenter and Dr. George Bass and aquanaut Bob Barth with the Navy and on and on and on. And through that work, I brought a small submarine down to Catalina Island in 1994 to do a 6-month-long project with it. And then we packed up that machine and we shipped it down to Florida and down to Key Largo. And I was down in Florida for a year working on training astronauts and using the submersible as a component of that. And that has all branched out to where we training astronauts. 20 years later, we're still doing astronaut training, except that I've been bringing NASA to Catalina Island since 2019, and we'll start our new NASA training program here on the island in mid-August, and then we'll run through September, and we'll be using different apparatus. A lot of times we use things like exosuits, single atmosphere deep diving suits, which basically are, essentially you're wearing a submarine.
Right.
And
it's like the stuff we've seen at the History of Diving Museum down in Isla Morada. Yeah. I mean, they have those on display, and like John was in them. I mean, he was the guy.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you that we used 4 of those suits. They're expensive pieces of equipment. They're the shallow water suits. When I say shallow water, like 1,000 foot capable suits at 1 atmosphere, those are still, roughly around $2 million. And they also have a 2,000 foot capable suit that's constructed out of titanium versus the shallow water ones, which are aluminum. But the titanium suits are about 10 million. And so they're expensive pieces of equipment, but they are a massive leap forward over saturation diving technology and the capabilities. And if you were going to do a sat dive at say 2,000 feet, you'd be looking at roughly about 21 days of decompression afterwards in a hyperbaric chamber. And one of these suits, conceivably, if you're working on an oil rig, let's say, you could go down to a 2,000 foot jump in the morning, and then come right back to the surface, hop out of the suit, go have lunch, hop on a helicopter, fly 15 miles away to another oil rig, jump in another suit and drop down, 700-800 feet and work on something, and do 2 of these really deep dives in a day and then get done and then go fly on a helicopter and head home.
Yeah.
I mean,
so he doesn't do anything is what he's trying to say. I mean,
no, but I mean, those types of technologies are really, really incredible, right? Well, anyway, so we use 4 of these suits on a movie called Wakanda Forever, which was the sequel to the Disney Marvel films Black Panther series.
Right.
And so we spent several months filming in some constructed test tanks that they had built down in Atlanta, Georgia. And we had a great big huge tank that we were running. They had all the techie, film gear all set up underwater and everything like that. And we flew these suits and operated them for the movie. When we got done, I packaged up 3 of the suits. You break them all down and pack them up in foam boxes and stuff, and ship them all back to Canada so they can go back out in the workforce on oil rigs or whatever they're going to be used on. Wow. And I called Phil Newton, who's an absolute legend. He's passed away now, but just over a year ago when I called him up, I said, "Hey, I want to take one of these suits. I'm gonna swipe it and put it in the museum and let the general public see these things. It's the only opportunity for the public to see stuff like this, right?" And so Phil went, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." So I've got the only modern exosuit on public display in the United States.
So that's there at the Catalina Museum right now, then.
Yeah, it's right. About sitting about 10 feet from you right now.
All right,
staring at.
Well, it's always evolving, and like I said, you can see stuff like that. You can see, stuff from James Bond, Lloyd Bridges, all the Hollywood stuff, and just hear some of these stories that John, his background, like I said, is extensive. And once again, the award for the California Service Award, definitely well deserved there, John. You do great work, and then all the marine wildlife stuff that you do there on Catalina. By the way, Vinny Two Tanks lives out in California, and if he has a dive buddy, he's not going to save him. So if he's diving with like Barry, and Barry washes up on the shore of Catalina, are you going to rescue him? I mean,
I'll do what I can.
He's kind of like a beach whale. That would fall under the mammal protection thing, I think. I don't know. But,
thank you.
Yeah, you should qualify. Yeah.
Okay, good. See, Barry, I'm looking after you. That's what I do. That. Yeah. But John, always a pleasure talking to you. And if people want to find out more about the museum when they go to Catalina, what's the website? Isn't there a website they can go to?
Yeah, well, mostly social media, but it's called the Avalon Diving History Exhibit. Thank you very much for allowing the plug.
Yep.
But the Avalon Diving History Exhibit, or the ADHE, and there's a big presence on social media on Facebook. If you look up the Avalon Diving History Exhibit or the ADHE, you can join that page, and it is loaded with hundreds of entries of tutorials and information on particular pieces of gear, and also for, certain individuals.
There you go. Great stuff. John Council, what a pleasure to have him on the show today. Hey, look, the crowd loves it. We got more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Guys, I'm bringing the party to you.
Today, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, and we got our own live studio audience. We brought all the way in from California. I think it's went over pretty well. Someone did just say something during the commercial break about how much we're being paid for this. And I was like, well.
Paid by who?
Jerry the Diver Guy. That's what I told him. The Jerry the Diver Guy is going to pay him all off with moonshine. See, they like that. That good? You're okay with that, right, Jerry?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So I think we can, if we keep them socially lubricated, I think our live studio audience will be happy. You think?
Just make sure there's a couple.
We can make them happy. That's no problem.
He's got the happy juice.
A couple buckets back there, and then the back door is unlocked in case they need to run out and puke.
Okay, there's that.
Because it's...
Right. Okay, but look, a couple of our members of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad are about to go diving. Mermaid Serena is heading to Roatan, and Brittany, the Aqua Gypsy, is getting ready to go down to the Dry Tortugas. Let's talk about Roatan first. Where are you going, and who are you going with, Serena?
I leave tomorrow. I'm going with the Sweetwater Scuba crew. Kenny and Katie do a lot of social media content and post a lot of videos that are helpful for new divers or experienced divers. So the whole thing is a dive trip and workshop for social media.
So they're going to teach you social media tips and tricks during your surface interval?
Content. Yes, content and like editing and
sweet
photography and that kind of stuff.
Now, are you going to mermaid, or are you just going to dive? Or have
I'm
you
just going to dive this time.
No, just diving for Serena, Mermaid Serena. But she mermaids sometimes. She dives. She does it all. She saves people's lives. Hopefully that won't happen in.
Can you save this
Roatan.
show?
Well, I don't know. Kind of late for that.
I don't have my rescue diver yet, so that'll be the next year.
You're gonna need way more than that, young lady. But we appreciate the effort. I mean, it's definitely an upgrade. When you agree, when we have Serena on board, and then when you combine that with the Aqua Gypsy, it's like a double whammy. I mean, it almost counters Bear Jar. But okay,
almost.
Evidently, they don't agree. Bear Jar doesn't agree. But Brittany, where you're going to the Dry Tortugas? What are you doing exactly, diving wise, next week?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Dry Tortugas for 5 days, and we're gonna mainly be spearfishing.
Aha! So this is a first time thing for you to go to that part of the world, isn't it, for diving?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and I'm also going to be going to the Fort Jefferson, so we're gonna check that out.
That's what I wanted to know.
Why?
Yeah.
Barry wanted to know you were going to Fort Jefferson. Why?
It's a cool place to visit.
Oh, so you've been there, Barry?
Not yet.
Okay, then how?
It's on my to-do list.
How do you know it's cool?
He thinks it might be a cool place to visit.
That's what he meant to say. Yeah. No, it's been on my list too. I've wanted to go down there, but I haven't done it.
Yeah, but if you could fly a water plane, then you can get us there.
Yes.
He hasn't got his license yet. He's working on it, though.
Yeah, exactly. Vinny knows.
Yeah.
One of these days. But yeah, Dry Tortugas, way off the coast of Key West. Oh, yeah. How far is it from the coast to Key West, you figure? Do you know, Brittany? Have you even looked at that yet or no?
Yeah, it's about 70 miles, but I think we're going to go a little bit further than that as well.
Is that where you're leaving from, Key West, or are you going from? Right. Yeah, okay.
Yep, we're leaving from Key West. The person who's actually the owner of the boat already sent us photos this morning, and he's already killed a bunch of mutton snappers. So hopefully we'll get out there. Yeah, last time we went on a boat, we went to Publix, and all we grabbed were sides, and we didn't grab any main dishes. So hopefully we'll do the same, and we'll be able to eat what we catch, and we'll have a great time.
Well, it sounds like
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, he's taking a preemptive strike by already scoring some fish, so you make sure you don't come up dry.
Exactly.
Pun intended. Get it dry.
Yeah.
See, the crowd likes it. Yeah, thanks. But
I think the crowd is high.
Yeah, well, probably. It's moonshine. It's moonshine. But Brittany, what about what kind of boat are you going out on? I mean, it's a private vessel, a private yacht. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
how big?
It's a 40-foot Sunseeker.
Right. Okay.
So
you got like 4 or 5 people. It won't be too bad, right?
Yeah, it's just the captain and his wife, and then my best friend and I.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds like.
And Marianne.
Are you? Yeah. Sure,
3-hour tour. 3-hour tour.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I know, if we had Barry. If we had Barry, we could have the skipper.
Hi, the skipper.
Another fat joke. Shot across the back.
Fat joke?
That's not a fat. No, it's not.
If we had Vinny, we could have Gilligan.
Whoa! Hey, Gilligan, he was the mastermind.
I know.
That whole show.
Okay, Vinny hasn't watched the show, obviously. But regardless, so Brittany, though, I mean, is there something you guys are going for in particular on the spearfishing side of things, like certain species of fish that you guys hope to grab, or what do you think?
Yeah, those guys are into like snappers and grouper, but I just want to get a hogfish.
Yep.
So hogfish are my favorite.
The slow fish, whatever fish they can spear.
Yeah, so hogfish and lionfish. Yeah, that's probably
the hogfish are the dumbest fish in the ocean.
And so are the lionfish.
Yeah, they're pretty dumb too, but we need to get rid of them. But they're tasty. That's the most important part.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
they're fun to pet too.
Pet? Oh,
there's Gilligan.
Yeah. Exactly. That would be the whole episode.
Gilligan.
Come on, little buddy. Pet this. Anyway, all right. Well, that sounds like a great adventure. You got your gear all, dialed in, because I know you were working on some of that this week, right?
That's right. Yeah. I needed to get a new battery for my transmitter. I needed to fix my regulator. As you remember, when we went to Captain Slate's, I had to change over my gear in the middle of the dive. I had to come back and change my gear. So That's all been rectified. And then also I got new bands on my spear gun. So it's just kind of been going around. I figured out my Nautilus dive, whatever it is, beacon
locator. Yes. Nautilus Lifeline is what they call them.
And so then I connected that to a radio that I just got. So that's
so when you get stranded and your boat sinks on that 3-hour tour, at least we'll know where you will be underwater.
Well,
although she inflates her BC, she'll be floating.
Yeah, there's that.
Did you remember to set your alarm on time so that you wake up?
Oh, there it is. Little flashback to our adventure.
Barry. She was up early. She went out for a cruise
Barry
on my
at the
boat.
dock at the perfect time.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, the Aqua Gypsy had a little issue with punctuality on our little Keys adventure.
Come on.
But she also had an interesting way to describe the rubber of her fins.
I beg pardon?
Yeah.
Greg.
What?
I don't remember this.
No, she said the rubber of your fins.
I didn't say that.
What did you say?
This came from Renee, Scuba Pro.
Right.
Actual employees.
Yeah.
And David Rayett.
And
two Scuba Pro actual employees.
And they said it was the same type of material that you find in adult toys.
Pleasuring toys.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Yeah, the Go Fins and also the Hydros BCD. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's that might be a marketing ploy. I don't know. I never looked at it that way, but take it for what it's worth, and thank God we're out of time.
You said it sounded familiar.
Yes. Quiet.
Are any of the boys going on a scuba trip next week?
Wait, say that again?
Are any of the boys here going on a scuba trip next week?
No, we got nothing. And
Well, then I just want to say, suck it, losers.
Oh, there it is. Okay. And on that note, we're going to wrap it up till next time. Remember, it's always better where, gang?
Down with a sweater.
Safe diving, everyone.
Have a safe trip, Serena.